Na statute na nyon na esi yo.
Ayi, Majere.
Say na nyon na esi ye. Nipa bi na mo say wa ma ayaresa bi enti esi ya.
Ate, yesi na wa we na ye mo nsa na o de sika ko ma wa mo se mu mebo mi nsa.
Ona bo yo kuro pa o. Yo.
I got my lizard, although Bianca and Funo, no back and Funo, now I'm Pejani in
Honorable Bedasi. Now, Obako coincidence that
my Gary, the ad read one quantum mark, but I'm saying,
honorable. Now we
recall in the same comment.
Okay, and now the woman is a constituency we are near home. When you see a few way assurance ben and when they my when I am Rasha big granny wo. 81 say me be sound. Then assurance ben and with the my.
There's no way say Shebeko. Only say Yetro Dino Krantokama. On the last year,
Benten dear buy in Tokwana, but still nice and not tension here high.
My dear, none of them your opponent no. Since 2000, what appear ballot people on winning. 2000 Okoye, 2004 Okoye, 2008 Okoye, 2012 Okoye, 15 Okoye, 2020 Okoye, 2024 Oko. It is now Jack. Nani brepa se de bia o Jack so winning.
Sir,
oh my dear. Na o se me no nko me the ice blog na be no me soja.
Okay, and mama when you boko why?
Oh, talk about the yanko.
All right, okay.
O be fa lusubium this time the man bigger gap.
Oh, okay. Honorable Medansi Arobe.
Medansi wa friend me tia o man penny John Mama.
That's right.
Incoming president.
Yo, Medansi. Yene honorable Oh, sir. Did you so there so be did you purchase?
Oh, my God. Government communication or anyone who Benjamin Tira position.
You, what the mamma so magic?
Very neutral.
What the mamma magic, papa. Okay, Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim here, and this is Russia Virginia, sign your first deputy majority chief whip. Was this Anna Minfreno? Oh, that's where my majority chief whip. On any other day coming. Okay. Anything happiness in Parliament? Pamela?
My Johnny.
Yes.
Me summertime.
Our time in the house about what?
Na I mean, Nimsa now idea. Me pay a say.
Yeah.
What start you know, one of the two in the Kamukoya.
David, Ubine, yeah. Ade, said this one, I said, yeah. Nana, the two in the Kamukoya.
Me dem nimu ntina me bi say yes.
Obi yes obi na.
Wo na ode na ade koye.
Oh there be. If you kwantafo no kra so omudi ho dance time ma.
If you kwantafo no so the letter ba say anyi wo mu na DC wo.
Hospital no. When letter no enemy hu yo.
Oh na ndo ahom the letter ba.
Say enye wo mu na this statue DC ho.
Debi. Na wamu de adwumayafo wamu ya da de statue kosi wo.
Aseme na okay. Na statue there one day near the statue.
Hospital adwumayafo be da de statue kosi.
Oh, say bia administration hospital no.
They don't have any power to
say wamu je bibi dia so man panyin na
they don't have that power.
So wamu letter no obi afa say no
me the best no. So we be kwa say hospital no I say ya man minister to ye de si wo hwan na ma wo musa tumi no and if yan kwanta hospital no awo ho hache na me kura no na ya me wanwa because ananka ya ade a wo mu ya kan ya hwe kura obi be kwa akotwam wo ho ehu say
anti obi ase wo ehu say wo mo build statue wo ho
obi ase wo ehu no
say ya build statue ni wo ho.
And one see a who yan say, Esiwa ye yin to my free.
Around so they are okay, and then I did Jimmy Birch.
One very on one ho. Will be a yandra over her cousin and a book and nazer, and now why. Oh, Ghana for Casso and a for Casa Papa. Mampin, I am a year. Mampini a year. Satansin will chroma. No, I may be cry the best. And Yadasi, and Rauya, the Anya Ukraine, City Cacrasri.
Obiase woman who saw me yes, I stayed to Ness.
There be not my day, what in whom I
O some me near Fianquanta ho, into nobody. But one may walk when they say boy and say, who say will be yes, statue be sana, be on Benji ho, so Bibi Bay says on nominate the idea and the pay came was any party. And almost so man.
Now, I wonder what you could see why a day. My Jenny.
Babna, way, I bet if he in some they see, you know.
I
Picture no Rasta man or woman no.
Rasta na no more near Bono.
Yeah, Bono pano. Yanyane tiesa watwana na no mo nse do.
Oh.
Enti abetifi eye incident ye see ye. Emrante bi omoso omodo omko abetifi se omko akutu abetifi hene no. Rasta man or woman no. Yanyane tie it has been confirmed to us say watwana na no mo nse do.
Oh.
Well, sem so mu birim ne pa.
Oh.
Nyame fa ne kransie. Ba wo kwabena sense we na ayeka no.
Na daddy ya bu omonso ya mu omaduane ni
Aha. So kwabena sense we na ye ka no. Se twaniye no bi ambe yusu. Ankwa ya ade bi e na mra kwan so. Pese abrantie ya birim na mana to na no mo se do.
So yire ne ma.
So ho.
Wawu.
Papa Rasta. Ya se wa firim. But ade na wo kwakwa de unse wo kwa no results how benya ne bi no. I'm not preaching violence and impunity, but results are ubenya no. Wo wa fa sekan fetuo. Se wo kwa akotu ohene. Eti wo kwa no nso boa wo se wo kwa obetimawu. Na wo se yetu ohene keke. Wo se ye birim na eni abeto dwa se wato anana no mo se do.
Mentiasio. Enti na na adwene ye ne se wo free ya kwa betifi.
Akwa akotu ohene no wasan aba. Na wasan aba bedidi ada. Hey, me ya say yes wato anana no mo nse do. But sadie we ntina da bia ye tufu say obi be faw na wakwa ye nyamra sam wo baabi a be very careful. Na wakwa na wu a yankwase wuo stupidity.
Anti my journey we obekwa bonsam je.
Ba ne de minim. But according to my opinion na yankwase wuo. And this is so violence o. Obi na etu ne hene yaba be fam ya so amagu ka mukọ makwa kotu hene na ya wo se wo kuta nse kan de kwa abetifi no ebi kuta tuo se kwa bra wo se na ebi kuta tuo
omukuta
tuo ne nse kan
bia ntumi mewo
etina ka wo kotu ohene no amukọ birim ohene na wadwen se wo be ba ne saa asa ba be trase ya didi
tamu a ekuromafo ne te se ya tena na akwhye bush ya bono kakra sa tena fa bushia de na kosa maame ba ko no wo sa bono no wo mu gi ti no emrante no begine na one shot no wo bua wo bedwane wo bedwane enti na be pie ni wonti brana champon
eme ya say abrante no manya ne tie say wato anana no mo say wo ko mo so mo birim ne papa. The information na bibisa no.
Wo mo bo wo nyina naked.
Wo mo bo wo mo papa.
An wo mo abu wo no mo ade edua hwehwe wo mo tirim hwe wo mo
because Rasta man no say mfoni ni ba ko na etirim atwa.
Sanko wo mo bu wo mponko wo mo mo aduane a. Ke bia.
Naga wo menya wo de o. Next time.
Ya bu wie ni ya ma wo aduane.
Next time. Mom ya so violence so sa o.
Sustaining.
Because kwabena dia wo kan se sa na etia say yeso a mu free ha ba bia sama no kwa de wa kire sa sama
o sama nkwa
miamienu ene ye fa amrante free se mo bese mu ni echi ye kwa betifi ye kotu hene na nso wadi echire deche wo kwa kotu hene
ye bo mo pa sika nso a yɛde ma wo mu me boss tre wa ba sɔre
ebia ne sɛ baako afa ma wiyo
saa sika no ma Jerry yɛde ma wo a wonni no ha week mpo
erade
saa sika no a yɛde ma wo mu no me boss tre wa obɛka sɛ akoye wu nkwase awuo
say $1 million kwa na yɛde ma mo
why $1 million na why na kofa sa $1 million no ama
Ghana Montie. Ghana Montie. Ghana Montie. Ghana Montie.
I'm saying that Ghana must not introduce free SHS on the whimsical promise of a desperate politician. Many mistakes have been made by countries in Africa already with free SHS.
Akufado, minya udeni, uye bwe. Baumia, minya udeni, uye bwe.
Hey, Mami Jemfwa, ne den na mawani aji we say.
Minia, some kaya dear free SHS, I am a mene mawa home. I mean, hunia minyampo. A sandia nanado danko Akufado, and Dr. Baumia, ayenti. So kaya bra, me kuna no shayin na a free muno.
Ane, me kaipa.
Nani dasoni nasa. Some of them mammy and sending in Abaco school. Eko si sen nanado danko Akufado, and Dr. Baumia, at the free SHS a buy. Sasia, me mammy and sa, coffee, esi, and Nikojo, and in na Cosco, Cassia, Cassiani be. Minia, no one in the Yano Moeka. Almost your mobile, more than such a bebemo. A bimoso mobile mobile chem, a bimoso mobile bema of any be at 2 years school fees in be.
Hey, I'm a person your mother and be a mo. It is just a wine in here. No one can free. I'm a person ya, a ye bino, a sing chain. No more side on connection man, any protocol in semi. A safe free SHS for pay I am by you koyo.
And nothing I was here by a woman didn't be a say. Yeah, but free SHS home by. Na ya no man bamba say at the papa. Nanado any Dr. Baumia at their brain you.
And your free SHS for Yana Mamma and go for senior possible. Nan so say dear.
It is possible. I feel way. Yet so about the above free SHS home buying. So Mama Dr. Baumia, number 1 on the ballot.
Okay, yamu akwa be de bandit 100.9. Meno kasa de Evans Amehe. Evans, a member of the MPP from our communication team watena say wa ha. Na abababa. Jero Uso Apel. So a General Secretary the Liberal Party of Ghana ono beba. Ana Amaleba. Amaleba oba me no issue. No issue. Okay. Because last week the oye no. Tell people I saw the mame. I'm so bua mame. Mame can messages. We say good morning to you, Mark Jerry. Good morning. Oh, what's in the video? Okay, me nada just. We say Mark Jerry, thanks so much for hosting a Masamani Coming MP. Said my opinion on Torchlight last night. Last night you told us that the presidential candidate of LPG will also be on your show to clarify his involvement in the 40 billion cities. Everyone went to Myanmar. Into the Minana. Mesha Kasante said, in fact, Speaker Babi needs to be applauded and saluted for his boldness to defend the Constitution of Ghana and not allowing the Parliament to be controlled by another arm of government. And anyone who disagrees or speaks against him is rather the enemy of the state. We say good morning, Mark Jerry. Jam is coming. Everybody, remember the number 8. Where you could be Chrome number 1 Freetown from Eche. We say, Mark Jerry, what are you saying about the press conference and the sitting is useless for me? We are sitting at the studio 1, and if Mr. Malfo sit at your place, can you sit at the studio 2 and wait from there? Where is the max? Mark Jerry, sometime I don't know. Okay. The one goes. Where's the Mark Jerry? I like the good job that you are doing. Greetings to you, South Africa. From South Africa, one for the account. When you see 2009, what they said, "Ukraine down here car, what we are, we be trouble, what we are, we be trouble." But the Ukraine down, I say, "Yeah, can I say move here? Yeah, from we say it as it is." Yeah, when you see 2009 under NDC mobile money, Momo was introduced to help traders and small businesses from carrying large sums of money due to armed robbery. And today, Momo have become household name for transactions. Ghanaians should vote massively against MPP party. Alai Baba di Frimadina. When say Speaker Babin is the one who has weakened Parliament. With his attitude, he should take the blame. He's the worst Speaker of Parliament, Citizen Francis, and Odiaben. When say McJerry and Fenner Marking leadership style is very bad. If he continue this way, if he continue this way, then I don't think Parliament will sit again before the elections. I will even prefer that there is no sitting for them to approve Akufo-Addo Godfrey-Dame CJ Supreme Court judges. When he says Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbim, there's not a leader to lead our Parliament of Ghana. He lacks leadership skills. When see if NDC is in power, this thing can never happen at Kwewa Betifi. So Ghana, let us vote massively against MPP. Okay, Madam Mercy Omona of Ablekuma West Municipal Education Office. Dansoman. Ajarwa di odina wada na Madam Mercy Omona Ablekuma West Municipal Education Office. I think today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Ajaru send a message here na Janisa. We see in fact MPP MPs and KT Amod are not serious at all. They behave like children or kids. They should think again. TKD free. Yes, Pentex. When say McJarry, happy birthday to Christabel Dede Sangmo of University of Ghana and Bethel Presbyterian Church of Bubuashe from your siblings Cristiano, Miracle, Abigail, Matilda Love, and your mother Mary Tiemuno. Almost happy birthday. Then from your daddy William Sangmo. Nyonkopa Willie. Also my Christabel Dede Sangmo. Happy birthday. Well, I want to be clear. Of just a very very dominance. Also for MPP party, if you are in power, no one have knowledge about the constitution again. Is it only you or what? Message anymore. I'm a star. Okay, Evans, I'm watching to say.
Majoso, Mark.
Me watch it.
Say Agyeman dos unti eja. Aya na ye number be kakra e hwe say e bisa break 8 no. Nti eguso aye bo adwuma. Ye hwe sane mampani adwuma de wadi. This challenges ni ade a. Na ehun be hia say e be sere Ghana fo na yakwa pro. Ye ne omadi nkomo. Acheche mu niamani so. The omunim na no ye de ato simpie so ama obi atibi se na be ye betu abricate nti me ba ha che se bia bokode
nyame ato
me metem nka de se adwuma de mo bo adwuma nka
ka be de kakra okay yeah say na watchi said your Fridays here no weekly retrospect ye hwe na watchi mo no ensema epiepie ye hwe the big fishes Parliament ensem SCA so far your thoughts on that.
Majari mamfa nchia sonko ndi kan nkoma Eura Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia ane party for mpanifo omutie me ane Ghana fo nyina na sene meka msambo mabaso sansa jumade de mu bobi ankasa na watwi ni emunsam Parliament se ubisamia mamdi kan sha se ye democracy no de yeguso ayi dipin yi esanse ensembi sa no US for kra sabi the last 300 years omonam democracy mu ni de kon de bayina no such challenges no minji ni se omofa bi mu no omofa bi mu kra na omresolve ne san intermediate me say once ayaje democracy atum say eno na yebegyina so ne de abu ye man ana de ahwe ye man no na ehu behia say ye be ne ayi ne yi nti de ekoso nyina na me madwen mu ne me opinion no kire me say ne nyina eye nanso niema ketekete bi na sabe ekwa achew kakra ehu behia say ye be ye Mageri so wo hwe Senate Parliament nsam ekokso a me de ya am say the greatest mistake Ghana for to brebi ayeye ene say ye beto ya ba ede ama NDC amanyoku da bia me de meka me say atoyenchem abasasi so pa na de covid ko de wo beye no say what the COVID to NDC who are means a mistakes are because NDC party no. Major minim se bia what should I read about COVID? We say Yarabia say a babawa. Ayana sabi u taste kura sesa. Yarabia babawa the fever been a brewo. In fact, sabi beat the baby na say ehwamo say sabi yin kan won shada antene sa. Enti sa na me to end this home. Edi tambia na taste asesa. Edi tambia na fever a check political party we. Edi tambia na chese omu hu de omonye. Enti no anyam nwanwa se omo stage such a coup or parliament. Major shwe in 2020 election aye 2 year sabe Ede yura Kingsford Suman Bagwe ebe a speaker na efa baby no eye isan say obi benyi ana democracy benyi a na ebe hia say nima besisi na attest ye nipa ne adwen attest ye democratic element no attest sabe ewiase na ewiase kono no nti even though anyam de no anasa me gidi say anye party for the no yes Kingsford right honorable speaker Sumanu Bagwe ebe kan say mashe bedwani banadafo na obeye speaker yi sabe mpanifo se ataju atenene na ndis for akotre babia ye o maje so mbe ku na ku we e shase in 2019 Major so bakaya ayawa so by election. What they say Ofusampofo, then chairman of NDC. Abe kan sembi about overt and covert operation B. Chese ombe kidnapping. Inema kese bekoso just to prevent abang the good governance or other to economy.
I am some work out too.
Oh, say
tape and internet untim kasa mete mante bacho.
Mebawo, Majari.
Our court.
Say ye na yete.
There be
me pacho men kan court asemu.
What say? Ofusuampofo. Eneno ose enye enene
ye doctored. Ye doctored. But me meti hey.
Can ye.
Me meti hey. Mean to me enche say the okan no and the make doctor
na. Can make a categorical statement. Me pacho ose enye doctored.
Okay. All right.
It's alleged Ofusuampofo.
Okay.
And assembly kwano so in some woman no why onye sense ntu mu.
Okay. Manamenya alleged.
It won't mean case Ofusuampofo ne. Intendo kwa wo de kan se menye yi o. But some ya ntu mu de so ntimi fa.
But Majeri or admit say a voice by a doctor.
Yes, a doctor.
Okay, nti men fan voice and push baby. And some between understand.
Ade no or say doctor ade no court. Wo mo ka. But what do you reference?
Okay.
Enye because nipa ni nyintu mu.
Mate. But mama ka say in some meetings are no moko. Ene a palm boy say on be Ghana say no. That is the experience.
Obi na mo bi ko independent or mo party.
No.
Obi na ofi o ma okose obi say on free independent and mo party.
Even before I come to that. Asana speaker EBS ruling no as to say obi qualify and I say obi akọ independent say ni seat no vacate no me say obekaya even the famous e-levy majari unim the speaker we na obey speaker pepe and me answer speaker na say no cry no meeting I have a reliable for
meeting said there
send be ya be make aban no unpopular okay me the bro ti speaker sabi wan kasa nkrofo oni omuye meeting na ebi bete wo to say nniema wo ye nyina se ekọ meeting na se ensama ye be decide leadership be decide se bra be kan enye na wo kan into nkrofo na se wo wa ye ho agyeman ana se sabi if to I should borrow the word tyrant anya me na me kan eye yewura muntaka ana be kan ye by see se ebre ni abri nyina mo meeting na mo ye mo adwen se sabe wo ye speaker na mo wonye member of parliament na meeting na mako nti o pese o faso na kan sem bia sabe eni faso anase eni gina ya na o pese Ghana saya na ndie emredodu a wabaye lawyer emredodu a wabaye speaker emredodu a wabaye member of parliament with all these experiences no na sabe mfaso ben na abaso na mfaso ben na dabre Ghana. You see the fact say parliament almost shamra and no nche say it's an end to everything because sabe mra no nkrofo na shamra no na obi tumi shamra Ghana hasa na eti o obi tumi shamra wabra mra na nkasa onti ase eti in the ambit of parliamentary can say duties and rules no sabe o de mra bi ba kura na obi tumi frɛw eka kire o say mra we odi aba na enkobo Ghana enu ti minim se yewura bagun owo experience pa minim se iniema ni bi wo ho a ono aka se nim se oya emfa nanso eduta mi na se umma political party lens no eye kese ana wo de se wani na se kese sin Ghana ana manyoku a wodom na aya na hardware kakra and that's the experience that Ghana for yina your experience. But you see regardless of say papa you a lawyer na wo wadwen say wo wadwen you wan kasa wo wadwen eye wo say anka say obi exhaust can say channels of communication or parliament wabra wa rule no even when a Supreme Court aka bibi no wo say won fa anya juma. But you see we Ghana ha no sabe menji ni say Speaker of Parliament or ebe ma sen sabe me kura mete yi emamra no anasa constitution is bigger than every other individual organization or political party in Ghana. It is a wakoma ruling say MPs be a vacatum seat na majority leader e dey akọ yesi yama restraining order and a stay of execution what's want here say you file back to Supreme Court can tell say sabi wasam no aka no nkwasa sama na ayu o se wo de atwentwen so kakra enti anka lawyer any speaker ne de anka obetumi atwentwen so kakra wo de o se wo twentwen so de ebehia wan say se de waka no se bam. But you see in Ghana the standing orders in parliament no enya more superior than the constitution, enya more superior than the interpretation by Supreme Court. Inti nanka sabe what transidi adwen ho ahu said de woka yi the Supreme Court say ya nanka wa fa no pepepe you want to file back of course say a constitution and say a democracy here into we betuma yi but the empesa me kan yina na say even at that how can you even organize a press say the Supreme Court no any mramu anasa nyane kwan so no and that somebody outside parliament e pese ekata wo tumi no so But me bow. Speaker of Parliament, yet now you say the proceedings and I say the ruling no a much superior than Ghana na US na.
But speaker Mama Ben why dey?
Me say operation ni coup no person ye.
Who ben no person?
Coup no person ye ne say e bra ya ka cho say ya ma restraining order and a stay of execution.
Asam ne kofar ba ni na cry there. Me ba. Ebra mo MPP for mo pam for me na MP no. Na mo ye coup ana.
You see,
na mo ye coup.
Majari.
No, yes, I free.
Majari ba. O dey say chef you kra. Enya the same issues na sisi enya the same.
Enya the same.
No.
Enya the same.
Nyabutere ti.
Enya
the same.
You can't convince me say enya the same.
Me ba. Nyabutere.
Ebra mo pam for me na MP na mo ye coup ana.
Me say enya the same into the nyabutere.
Enya the same.
You see, in the case of Honorable Esiama, the party MPP wrote to the speaker. All right? Majari, can you tell me, say?
Emra ben eche say party mo strong commands. Emra ben eka.
Meba.
Emra bien.
Meba. Your constitution.
Mo akasa mo constitution, mo MPP mo constitution. And your automatic forfeiture of membership.
So, say automatic.
Meba say you should write.
Meba.
To somebody.
The mistake in say. And today, say ye acquire review of our constitution. Majority, the fact say obi after NDC party no on the ticket of NDC and on the ticket of MPP does not mean say a MPP phone kwana tomano. And for me, if so bisame in my candid opinion, so bisame say review constitution any review. Yeti he no both NDC and MPP. You review your constitution than even Ghana constitution. Every other year, ye kwakoto ababia no yesese constitution no. But Ghana then it saying amendment right ekwane saying. So I'm saying that ye constitution say ukwa parliament on the ticket of MPP na se uyu frima automatic ye can say
for future of members.
Exactly. Okay, but I'm saying that we as political parties should go back and look at it again. But Jerry, men can say because I'm a MPP need me baba try na can MPP. Because it permeates through all the ranks and file of every other political party in Ghana. You see, my contest on MPP ticket. Any ato mami. My Jerry, do you want to tell me say obi obeto mami bia ay MPP ni? Obi obeto mami bia ay NDC ni ana? So in the event of forfeiture based on political party watro akoma speaker. Next speaker can say okay, it is harder and ye you from. How about the floating voters? How about those who doesn't belong to political party but oma to ama sanipano? Sanipano mrano e dance sheni ya shamomo. Majority I hope so follow the making.
Me follow pa.
What I say? Mrano because on the basis of say wajina on political party take it. Party ne say and now was you who say independent you free. Now you go back to the constituency and you realize say vote about 40,000 na ewo mukura na ebia MPP for the ewo mukura and this for ewo mukura 30,000. So the 10,000 yeah yom den. Enti I say you broaden the conversation, you know. But I'm saying that even with the limit of what we are saying, me say speaker, whether the speaker likes it or yes. Nanke ehu hiempo so be organize press. How can you indict Supreme Court? Say I did in the Supreme Court abana or person or sample or powers. I did now we indict president on this. I mean the fact say wa shamra now wadia tum no e no nche say wo de na wa hihia na uru no e can say superior.
Okay.
What do they make I say?
It is supposing said they are working. Okay. Speaker person yeku. Speaker person yeku.
In fact, why yeku?
Speaker yeku.
Why yeku?
Enra now mo recall. Mo amomra se obedwa for control e de man no. Ma e obetena ase no. Na momra se obedwa for no moy.
You see, my judge hwe.
No moy.
Meba. Asa ne beko parliament and a chamber no. Already because of Supreme Court ne judgment niti. Now it was incumbent on the speaker. In fact, any speaker can better that who should sit where. but speaker nim say omo try the right hand side no majority anantisa indeed the clerk of parliament kura at the can say up at the embossment abebo majority leader of seat ni chief whip of seat ni yaye ni no na say enye ku na ndc fo ane speaker kwa ya esi de na ndc fo konom ko tete sa ne man nyina
o say mo shoot no you shot yourself on your camera for
David you shoot you say
one of my fit your bomb
adentia
because look at your who can you who was the speaker any ndc fo akwa ko change name tax and
me say clerk of parliament akwa mbozo state no
enti
ndc fo akosesa no
parliament one is not about numbers
me say ndc fo akosesa no
but me say parliament
it's about numbers enti anka
it is a more MPP for
numbers
and I'm going to say ya
ndi anka enkwako
na there be one kwako go and sit at one
be akwata
na seat ni bi ni ho
oh my Jerry
na seat ni bi ni
ho nti seat na ho na yekota de aka no so
asa
no meba
what do you agree yeah be amadu no enya dia wo keka no because you don't
yeah 100 yekota na say indeed say NDC ay law abiding and the speaker ay law abiding. One, anka nya so organize sa press conference no. Two, anka ye call parliament kra no anka two force and then crofo no anka nya so mkotra seat no so. So I'm telling you say idea na on my planet dada. But you see, we as a political party MPP we cannot plan this country into chaos. And it yeah say hey sorry for me seat so me na mete so. Already someone nim na anka mo buy kra ya mbozi seat no. Why will you even go and sit down? At least ask questions. Go back to the speaker no and ask a clerk no clerk. Why did you do that? Assume me say okra no Supreme Court and some of the bar no kra want. Yam fan say want. Someone tempo clerk na dia de be bo ho. Ade na mo kwan na mo yi. So I'm saying that the leadership of NDC atenase. I'm talking about speaker. Say, idea some yeni into whether judgment from Supreme Court or not, no. So omko na nim no ko na. Enuti obi asutu no ho. Obi a why na dwe so person say Ghana person say o man. Mark, no as political party no, we are very peaceful. Into yan ko parliament, ni yan ko bo atwade. Indeed, in adwuma ya ko election no. Ghana fo ina ni madwuma ya. We'll build more hospitals, we'll build more roads, we'll build more railways, we'll brought more ambulances. I say we are still paying training allowance and all that. Iti anya juma ya na fena obi anya bi no. Na so enne the ose ai 2 billion crown fan kwase school mu no. No say monko na monko say parliament na Ghana fo nyina hu say MPP for omo ye can say omo ye peaceful. Yeah just sad ye no. Enti no say speaker, why not do you say, oh, my international? You see, it gets to a time.
What's the speaker now? You're not doing, and I'm on a man international.
Say, no man, I acquire no. You to me, a transactive business. Assume it's or say a MP before, but the number that speaker had, our plenary honor. Now, I saw to me transactive business, and but I see there be, and so why not do you say, why not doing on any NDC for parliamentarians. Oh my imagine say on sabotage government.
Okay, yo.
But enfa, what I say? Because even after a election cry or what me aba and the constitutional cry no ban no so mra. Into what I say, you be invoke at 112. So ba na so still obe journey indefinitely. Oba oya ni 10 times crown pa. Mrano bechena manaba. You see, you cannot take this country for granted. And you should look and see say there is posterity. Obi a wabaye MP for so many years. Obi a we lawyer, wabaye speaker. Anka Ghana die, anka okura na esa otenase. Now I mean, the air course of parliament, no, what can obia better. But when you go and sit down and you plan against the government, indicting the president, indicting almost everybody to think, say, whoa, no parliament, when I want can be. And in fact, our man and I'm saying this on authority, say, plan on my and a coup on my saying, no, in fact.
Okay.
Ghana for air saying.
All right.
So I'm on po, meaning say, election baby with their overt and covert operation, you could no me no enfa. Because Ghana nim say, ya adwuma soon be in the midst of difficulty ya boy home what you.
Okay, better answer. Hi, need 100.9. I'm about my church saying,
Papa J, I don't know why.
Nyame adoboko. Yet your issues are akoso. Honestly, may express a reservation about what happened last week. I felt disrespected by you.
How?
Say what me chifa me so. Ewo eye program ameye na wasori na wetu afaso. Eko. I felt very, very disrespected. But I've just kept it to myself. So the end to us. But I have to let you know.
Well, as a matter of fact, I didn't want to go back to last week because of the composition of the panel this morning. But once I raised that issue in there, I think that I have a right to self-defense. Papa J, and you want to chief also.
I'm the one hosting the show.
No, Papa J. No, what can I say? Let me hear me too. We may have our disagreement. Yes, that's true. But the issue I spoke about, and I did so without malice. And I even provided you with a lot of information later on. I respect your platform and I respect yourself as a host. And more importantly, I respect the thousands and the millions who continue to watch us online even after the program has been carried out and after watches and those who are listening to us live. I respect all of them. And in the forum, at the forum, se me de me hu eben wo mo a me fatampo se me ro me de me nan po me sampo be ka bi no mpaboa. But they listen to us. Eye mudie ye di ntiana. Dabi. Eno nti na mansamo a meka wa ha bia no, I should be able to give you a proof because if I lie before you as a host, I am not only insulting your intelligence, but rather I am insulting you and your viewers and listeners concurrently, which is the last thing I will do. But baby, that's already a seminar. It was very provocating and completely out of place. The guy was speaking ignoramulously without the facts, which I think like I said, this is a matter that touches my soul and my source of survival.
I agree.
And the only thing I could do was to have walked out. So if you think that action I took was, improper to you, very well. I take clue of that and I say sorry to that, but that is it. He proceeded to suggest that we shouldn't call me to the studio again and all of that. But I don't think he has the power to suggest.
He said, and you're not to suggest.
That's
very
well. That's okay. Thank you very much.
Yan to answer.
Papa J.
Yan show what happened in Parliament.
And someone question or trimu. Na Michelle Parliament in Samoa a question MPP for no mochita for. Omo no omo say. EDC speaker so. Etwa ne srenia basa benkum ni fa. At time, a buffalo, a new woo, among my Ghana. Now, Master Minia, I'm here, say, you are a fine gentleman. Show Chakra Buto a Pempemortiana Paya. You see, as if so be a yes, seen him when the crowd say, ya compensas your tongue. Maybe if you're in for Magalam, say for. But you are a fine gentleman. I want to plead with you, my brother. Akufo-Addo eko 90 years. I dare say Yankopon spend a crowd only the next 90 years in Canin Fion. But you can live beyond that year. In other words, in fact, this advice and appeal is not going to you alone. but the multitude of MPP young men like yourself who have lent your services as a vassals, I don't want to use a certain unkind word, to carry out the cynical, diabolic, and primitive agenda of Mampini Akufo-Addo and the family. No, you should be very careful because they are controlling the MPP now. You should be very careful because near what they are working, Techrama Ampro in an inflatas at Yasafo, and Chilimalba Betio Dachi, and they will learn the facts. And whether you are dead or alive, no matter your age, I pray you are alive then. The next generation of political communicators who will take over this platform after you and I have retired or cannot be able to come because of age will not be kind to you. Because credibility matters. Stop the lies. Bonebe na speaker ye. Baby amujine. Kaya kana fafafa kachichedie na fa bofo kane. Sansa bofo ba no hunu ne kania na ode ba no. Aftermath of 2020 elections, it was clear NPP didn't win the elections. You bulldoze your way through. Namukum nipa 20. Edinya, hang parliament. Hang parliament. You got 167 seats in parliament in 2016, right? And when you were coming back, despite all the lofty achievement you touted and appropriated to yourself, you were struggling to get the majority in parliament. And the only thing you can do after killing 8 Ghanaians was to get a hang parliament. 137, 137. The independent candidate of Formula, whom my party including Mampini Akufo-Addo, vow not to work with, became the only source of hope to the MPP. What if the NDC had won the 138? Or the independent candidate had chosen to do business with the NDC? Will you guys have gotten the majority group in parliament? And mind you, Asiama didn't join you. Asiama only said that he will do business with the MPP. It didn't make him your member or part of you. So technically, the NPP is not a majority group in parliament. Finito. NDC could have challenged the speaker's ruling, led by then minority leader Honorable Haruna Idrisu and his contingent of MPs behind him. They could have challenged the ruling of the speaker by going to the Supreme Court to define who properly constitutes the majority group in parliament. But they never did because they respected the conventions and everything in parliament, particularly Article 115 and 116, that everything that happens in parliament must remain in parliament. Finito. So Speaker Akasa, all of us are under the authority of the speaker. Therefore, the matter should settle there. There are instances speaker ama ruling. NDC fompo. Jada ruling. No. Me, sitting here, I've been a critic of speaker before. Maybe national communication officers, Sami Jemfi, have attacked the house, the NDC side in parliament, including the speaker before, not even attacked per se. Criticize, sorry. That would be the appropriate word. Criticize him. When speaker ruled that NPP is a majority, you didn't go to Supreme Court to invoke the Constitution for interpretation. When the speaker superintended over parliament that approved Mampini Akufo-Addo, the ministers and the budget and everything, you never went after him. What has changed? For you to come and sit here and peddle unsubstantiated, frivolous allegations, speaker have staged a coup. Okay. Do you understand the word coup d'etat? Do you understand it? That's a very dangerous word. Who is subverting the sovereignty of the state? Who is subverting the powers of the president? Right? And the best you guys can do is to swallow your pride, the arrogance. Calm down. For your marking to stand before cameras and attack the speaker and say that the action of the speaker is jeopardizing parliament. And learn where he's getting the inspiration from. The Supreme Court. So say, the least opportunity you run to the court. Because, for repaying fee book, they put the court there to protect and defend their interests. That is why they pack the court with judges, even judges who are MPP known as parachicks. Stop that. The attack on the speaker is completely unwarranted. Humble yourself and go back to parliament. NDC is not there to disrupt government business, but we are there to do government business with you. If you're humble to go back, so be it. Man, who cares? But Papa J, it is a clear demonstration that the government have collapsed. We don't have a government again. The MPP is only buying time to leave because they are tired. They are fatigued of power. There is no ideas again. Nothing new is coming from them. And Tiomoko Parliament and yet both Parliament Parliament is going to approve more judges to the Supreme Court. Is that why we are here? Where we stand now and where we are, do we need more judges to the Supreme Court? And do we need more loans after you have borrowed the country into a threshold of unsustainable debt status? Yeah, you're internationally a bankrupt nation. Yeah, debt exchange. Dr. Michael, I don't know enough for their report at what another one said. This is a man who for any quarter so almost so cry. So Subani be na SU USA or more two or so free one. Now, did I hear the MPP issue a statement? Oh, by the news that the Republicans or somebody or so. Did I hear Joe Biden and Crawford and free one? But did I hear the MPP issued a statement and said, oh, the winning of elephant in US, the win to MPP in Ghana? Hey, really? There's a difference between these two elephants. We have tropical elephant and we have a temperate elephant. The elephant in US and the savannah tropical destructive elephant as we have it in Ghana, they are not siblings. But the US elections have taught us a lesson. They had a president who was doing his best for the country. They kicked him out and brought Joe Biden. If I were to be in US, probably I am likely to have sided with the Democrat. But the Democrat under Joe Biden was a disaster to the US and to the world peace. Look at what's happening in Russia, between Russia and Ukraine. When you see the Middle East. And I keep asking myself, say, as these countries are threatening each other with nuclear warfare. Who will do that? But thankfully, Onyanko Puakasa. Adia US agents to aba etia aban ya wotie konwa so Joe Biden ya the Vice President Kamala Harris eba kuma Kufuor na ba mu mpanimfo eso gay colors and they welcome to the Flagstaff House no. And number one, the homosexuality issue, the LGBTQI. And the headquarters of the LGBTQI have elected a government that's against that concept. Back here in Ghana, your parliament a pasemra e balance adiwe o mampinisa mensan. And I am glad that Mr. Speaker, despite all the scattering attacks on him, said Esan Signal said the bill will be taken back to Mampini Kufuor to sign that bill into law. We are waiting to see. However, the US vote against the Democrat because of Sanyo Manintra. Number two, the US also vote against the incumbent because of poor economic management. Comparing the record of Joe Biden against then Trump, they notice that Sankofa Yenchi, we exercised a wrong sense of political judgment in 2020 by bringing this incompetent team to office. Let's change them. So between 2016 to 2024, US have made two changes in government. They changed the former president and brought in a new team. They have changed the new team and bring back the old team again. What does that tell Ghanaians? Sankofa Yenchi. Sankofa Yenchi.
I know they are relevant.
I am very relevant, pa. Sankofa Yenchi.
They are relevant.
Sankofa Yenchi. And I am too convinced that Onyankopon will see hino to hino. That Yankopon no me magana fosun enya kwa de biarada. That Yankopon be kasa in December 7th. NPP is going to go to opposition and we will hold them accountable to their own behaviors, to their mismanagement, and baby the Ghana babisi. And there is constitutional crisis in Ghana. Speaker said there is no constitutional crisis in Ghana. Even Parliament or Mokano. It is only the plenary that is not sitting. Parliamentary committees are working. Why do you guys refuse to convene the business committee and present government business to transact by the house. Did you do that? You never did. Only for you to let speaker to go and now speaker name and MPs. Why the transfer training uncle? Sir, Moyantitia Pa asked Dr. Nsiasari, the former director of Ghana Law School, the interview granted with Kemini Ewo TV3. Was it that Afeyomakin's behavior was completely uncultured? Program Ayabe, Papa J, one now better ha train as a host as any better ha train. Okay? You, the MPs who are supposed to be in the plenary to wait for the speaker then cut Nasen Tremo. What Tremo 1 hour, 30 minutes of Tremo, 1 hour, Tremo, almost 2 hours, you are still not around. And you come and sit on the airwaves and try to paint picture that speaker is undermining government, speaker is against government. Speaker is not against anyone. The NDC have done our best to serve this country and to serve it with all our heart and with all our might. Even at the instance, NDC had every reason to frustrate government business. We never did. And we're not going to do it anytime. And we won't do it any day. And Papa J,
yes,
all we are telling them is that they should lower their pride and swallow their arrogance and go back to Parliament. And this will do business with them. Me, we are crowd. One will say, the disabled student of University of Ghana, I'm going to just say, abandoning to a fees in tea. Some of them have to defer their courses. I rehearse some
disabled students of University of Ghana.
Yes, physically challenged students. No, and
I'm abandoning to school fees.
Of course, their fees are to be paid by the government, and the government haven't done
it. And corporate entities in
but not the government.
That is what I know. But with
they said the government.
Yes,
yes, you can find out. But they said the government haven't paid it.
Okay.
Since Joy News Crampono, they were interviewed there, and they have to go home. These are rehearsal. When you are buying, the promises bold solutions. I build the toilet, but he cannot even pay for existing disabled student. No school, and this guy is promising so about fast how possible? Okay, no matter what, a liar is a liar.
Higher needs 100.9, and then Friday. Jerry was up on me watch it saying.
Mark Jerry.
Liberal Party of Ghana, no my cousin.
Be a coso, come.
Mugu campaigns.
Born to campaign this time around. I hear women and youth driven.
Women and youth driven.
Yeah.
So
share impending for and I'm Montie so year campaign now. Party women wing led by Madam Delvin Apalu and the women team I'm gonna a campaigning in a man so and Namaste a bo or more ichidom. Now Mark Jerry we are nefe say we are campaign na a man a war party nimna idi campaign nim.
And it will be an strategy.
Say
maybe I'm also a strategy doesn't mean say so will be replicate say.
Say oh asempa and ma it to do what and I who say ya sorry kra no I can sempa ho a man a does but be asempa will be a hona ma o inti say wo ye bibi na say ma enka ni wachi ana wa wo yere kra ni wachi a na che say dia wo ye no entwa yi yeah running mate yeah Elizabeth Sam ono so ni kru bonechidom sa pepe na yatie say wo ya de na running mate ono so ni kru ni na chi a na che say ade na mo ye no mo nkasa mo ye confused mo hunu dia mo ye fi say dia mo no mo da so re kra nim say bone na mo ahyehye na mo ba be ye no ensem fata so mo di mochi na nyankopo intimide sa nhira ne mamo inti ya hunu se ansa na obema bia benya enumonyam hye na gina oba papa odi nachi inti se o ya de na se onya oba ni wachi a na wa wo yere kura so oni wachi a na wa wo kuru so oni wachi a usuban a wo Ante Delvain na minshraw bia so ya campaign na ne kuna na ne yere di na chi bia nya minshra sa nipa kro wa nya bia ni wachi so no me na adenam obedi ntwusa Magari I'm saying now ya ko electoral commission ekoje final voter register media dia ma IT team omo hwese bibia ya kama na so far so good omo hu efi ne nkeka wa bia and I compare the three voter register yeah 2 provisional and final year which means nso so ye ewom o masesam pa na o masakra mu nti se ne ayenya hu discrepancy bia wo mu no ejidi se obia nso nkoda ema me bonitri mu nka bibia boni bia mfa final register no nim se ye de a robust register and eba beto aba 2024 yi inti one I was say omo de omo dane omo han bofo de omo hwa na se pudo nse no mundi no dwo no omo nim besan egu ase biemu nyame ene di hene nyame ene si hene ena nyame ese omma de wonsem fata India de edda inti Ghana yabe collection 2024 akoyi kandifo a osefata anya dia wiase nyina pound Ghana nyina a pound anya bi na ye kwa akoyi and again the Liberal Party of Ghana me church for penny ede sa kwanya iso ya de agunkrata so de congratulate the United States of America me congratulate mabusuafo nyina say ya domase so my adefefese ato aba peacefully asembia NC inti nyame ena ye danase na ye wo obi a ye to aba ma no etuti ano ena ye san